Hi there, so back again, and I'm going to be trying this out for the first time. It says Squadron Products Green Putty, so that's here, Squadron Products, and then the other ones I think it's like Tamiya Putty, and it's just a basic type. It's just the regular one. I've seen it quite a lot. So I'm going to be using this one, this Squadron Products one, to fill up the large areas. And then when that's like not even completely dry yet, I'll cover it in a very thin coating of this, because this one has a finer surface and I think it's a little bit tougher to sand. But I just like the combination of two as opposed to just the one putty. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the Squadron one now. I've never tried this one before, but it's quite cool. It looks nice. It's green. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to put it on the toothpick and work it into the gaps basically. Alright, I'm back with my scalpel. It's just easier to kind of flatten it into the groove, so to speak, and you can see if you can still see the lump of the join in there. And try not to use too much putty, because it's just going to be more work for you to take it off afterwards, because we always have to remove the excess. So just take your scalpel. I'll try to go close up here. Wrong way. And literally just, where is it? Work it into the gaps. And try and get it flat on top so you can't see the seam. That'll make it easier for you to sand it out later. And just work your way around the whole model. So there we have it. That's pretty much. Just clean I want to clean my scalpel blade of putty. Alright, so what we've done there, I actually haven't done the back, but essentially I've just gone over the seams, and in fact I can still see from the light of the day that I can still see the seam. So I'm not going to bother doing that now, because I'm going to go over the whole lot with Tamiya putty now as a kind of evener, which means if I've been slightly imprecise about this, the other type putty will fall into the cracks of this one to make like a double strength type deal. So just try and make sure you cover pretty much all of your seams. Go around and kind of use the blade edge to kind of even it over the seams, so that you're not just like laying it on top. And try and use as little as possible. You're seriously making your life more difficult if you go heavy with the putty, because you need to take this off. Essentially you only want what's left in the crack, or just what blends over it, to avoid seeing the crack. So I'm just going to go over the top quickly with the green one again, and we'll do the Tamiya. So now the Tamiya. So this one again, same routine. This one needs a lot more drying time, so what I also do now, just to make it even easier for later, because you don't want a thick coating of this either, is I'll just take one of my latex gloves, or the nitrate gloves, and just rub the Tamiya in with my glove, so that even blends it into the surrounding areas, as you can see. So what I've done is just literally gone over all the Squadron putty with a very thin layer of Tamiya putty. And I'm probably going to leave this for a couple of hours now, because the Squadron putty seems to be drying pretty quick, but The Tamiya putty for me is this, I've actually had it for a really long time and I've left the top off it for a long time, so I don't know if that's anything to do with the fact that it takes a while for me to dry now, so I'm just going to leave it until I'm satisfied that the Tamiya putty is dried, and then I'm going to come back and sand it. Alright, here we are back again. So I've got some 240 and 320, and I think these are 240s as well. But yeah, there doesn't say anything on the back, but they are 240s. And all I'm going to be doing now is going over, smoothing that all out. So I'm going to start with the 320, funnily enough, because it's actually a little bit. And the way I would do it would be to hold it either side, so you're not putting weight on the central point, and you're essentially using the weight of the paper to do the sanding. But everyone's got their own techniques to sand, that's just my one. And I generally try to, if you fold a bit of sandpaper, you can also get a curve like that, just naturally using the curve of the sandpaper rather than folding it with a straight edge. So you can use that like to do all the inside of the curve parts. But I'm just going to go ahead and sand down everything to the model. Alright, just a halfway kind of mark type observation is that this it's going really nicely, just using 320 and 240 here. I mean, I can't even feel the crack between them or anything, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I've been about 5 minutes just doing this section, so I reckon 10-15 minutes I'll have the whole lot done, then give it an undercoat and see how well it came out. I think a little bit came out there. No, that's green. There's no line there, it feels like seamless. Nice. So far I'm very happy. Alright, I've done my sanding, about 10-15 minutes. I might have gone a bit hard in some areas, but generally it went really good. I'm liking this green putty a lot. I can't feel many seams, and I always try and look in the light. It's easier to do when you're actually sanding it. Try and get a reflection to cross the seam and see if there's a line there. I'm just going to show you a good way of looking for seams or the cracks. So if you hold up to the light, then you'll notice if you'll see that line anywhere, and it's a good indicator of how to go around. So, I mean, you can see slight lumps here and there. It's very subtle though. I could probably actually sand that out without putting any putty in there. So yeah, what you think is visible isn't necessarily visible, but it's best to look in reflections, because then you can see all the little hidden stuff. Hi there, back again, and now I'm just going to spray the model just to see how all my sanding effort turned out. I only really spent about 10-15 minutes maybe sanding this one, because this green filler stuff is really good. I don't even think I need the Tamiya on top of it. It dries really fast as well though, so I was sanding within 5 minutes as opposed to waiting like, I don't know, 2-3 hours or a day with the other fillers I use. I have a feeling that might be because they're really old. I mean, I usually use the Tamiya just to soak into it further, so you've got a kind of a nice blend of the two putties kind of working together, so you don't get any seams. But we'll see if we've got any seams now. And I highly recommend buying an airbrush, because that's an investment you're not going to regret, especially if you're laying down base coats. Alright, so that's my spray job done, and that's kind of what it looks like at the moment. It's not perfect, but I might just sand a little bits down if I really feel like it, but altogether there's the final print. So there you have it, British Bulldog. Hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. Woof woof. See you later.